Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to get the other screen up. It might make it look a little bit more cozy in here. Whilst that's happening, let me just sort that out. Two shapes of a cat's whisker. And we all diddly-do doing. Are we all okay? Have I still got that in there? I have. Just bear with me. That is that. That one goes in there. Is that on? Hang on a second, people. No. Have I got it plugged in? Just bear with me. I do apologise. Perhaps I should have... we'll leave it. We'll leave that for tonight. Don't worry about it. We've got 13 in the room. I was just going to put the other screen on so I can share some stuff with you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. It's lovely to see you all. Nice to catch you live. Angie Davies, yeah, I thought I'd come over. There's been a lot of things happening today. Trolley police, Carl Vernon. Yeah, we got trolley police now in supermarkets, essential zone. Guys and girls, where am I living in? Soviet Russia? Is this Soviet? Is this Soviet Russia or what? What do we all start calling each other comrade? Hey, good evening, comrade. Beautiful to see you. What is the time? It is half past 8. It is Saturday, the 24th. So we're almost in November. It is miserable here. It's raining hard. It's nasty. Sue Baker, hello, sweetheart. Tracy Wren, how are you, doll? Jackie Jones, oi. I'm Ben Dow. Beautiful to see you. Tracy Pearson, mate, thanks for tuning in. So, did you see the guy in underpants saying clothes are non-essential? I did. What a dude. Listen, risky business. And wasn't he? You know what I'm saying, girls? Woo, I'm telling you. Mr. X watching from Brighton. All right, my son. Lovely to see you. Charlie Hudson. All right, Gorge. How's life treating you? So, non-essentials. You're not allowed them. They've masked them all off with this, like, it's like a scene out of Ghostbusters, ladies and gentlemen, when you go into the supermarkets now. It's like a scene from Ghostbusters. It's like a forensic investigations took off. And what are they covering over? Like kettles. You can still buy tea bags. Yeah, but I need a kettle to boil it. No, you don't. Cold tea's the best. What's... And Marshall come to me in IKEA. Told me I needed a mask. Soon got rid of him and got his name. Go on, Angie. Go on. Sucker punch. I'm loving it. Yeah, well, as you know, one of my friends, Robert Dias, that ironmongery company down and around the country, got various outlets. They stopped my friend going into a shop. I think he was after, I don't know, whatever he was after. And he settled with an out-of-court thing because they discriminated against him. I want a big knife and rip the plastic off. Yes. So, look. It's like a crime scene now. You can go and get your fruit and veg at the moment. You can. At the moment, you can. All right. Big turnout today in London as well. Scotland Yard. I thought they're going in. I watched some scenes from Jason Noter, my gorgeous mate up there in Leeds, and quite a few other solid patriots. And mate, there was some people outside Scotland Yard today. If I was a copper in there, I'd be going, fuck. I would have thought, whoa, you can't stop 10, 15, 20, 30,000 people. They want to come in the building. Guess what? They're coming in. Maybe the Metropolitan Police something just to ponder and think about. Now, I've said for a long time that the police use violence. We know that they killed they tasered a woman in Wales, Powys, I think, somewhere like that. And she fell head first, and she lost a 3-month-old baby in her stomach. She was pregnant. Now the Judge Khan, whoever this guy is, found not guilty, and he couldn't find any direct correlation to a tasering and her losing the baby. Couldn't find one, and her falling straight flat. But anyway, so to me, this copper, not only have they been murdering people in custody for years and getting away with it, now they're murdering unborn children. That copper should hold his head in shame, man. And the judgment might have gone his way, but man, he's got to live with that forever, knowing that he'd killed a child that ain't even come into this world, man. Was there no other option? Jesus. Anyway, Scotland Yard, massive protest here today, or protest or assembly, whatever you want to call this stuff that's going on right now. Why is this happening? Because people can see Stalin's Russia coming into this country. You can't have a kettle now in the supermarket. You can't have any pens and stationery and all that sort of stuff deemed non-essential. Now, the big question that I have is why put it all on display? Why not leave it at the factories and the warehouses? Why not? And listen, you have the right to not shop at these places. Don't shop there. Don't, just go somewhere else. Do shopping online. Do whatever you've got to do. Avoid these places because they soon get out of business. We proved the other day in Liverpool, there's been so many test cases this week. In the last 2 weeks, the police and the system have really been pushing the people in this country to distraction. They tried shutting the Liverpudlian gyms down. Big mistake. Don't fuck with the Liverpudlians. Don't. Anyway, the gyms are all open now. Why? Because they stood firm. They made a stand. They said, no, we're not having it. We're not having it. Gyms are fine. Gyms are all open. You need gyms open, man. I mean, I've been working out for 6 months. I've never felt fitter. I'm 53, apart from this bit of hair, which I'm going to cut off in a minute. 53 years of age. And I feel at the moment, I feel the best I've felt for years. Why? Because I'm boxing, I'm weight training, I'm cycling, I'm doing all sorts of things. You can see Boris behind me there. We've now got the kids in school, no free school meals. If you can't see the communism and the fascism, whatever it is you want to call this stuff, there's not a lot of difference between communism and fascism. Fascism is something that affects a country, one or two countries. Communism is a worldwide thing. All right. Communism is a massive. That's communism. It's not regional. Fascism is kind of regional to whatever countries. No free school meals for children. People up and down the country are now rallying around between themselves, scurrying around in this Hunger Games situation, trying to come up with ways that the kids don't go starving. But yet Boris Johnson can buy a sirloin or a rump steak with hollandaise sauce in the Westminster, the Commons, for 11 quid and enjoy it. I think he gets a free drink with that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me the last time you went anywhere and you could buy a steak for 11 quid with a drink and hollandaise sauce. Please tell me that you weren't spending 30, 40 quid a meal, right? Tell me, yeah? But I'll know the kids are not allowed to eat. Now they're not allowed to stay dressed because they've banned you buying kids' clothes and clothing at supermarkets. Why not leave it at a warehouse? Why not leave it at the distribution place? Just turn the heating on. Why flaunt it in front of everybody and cover it all up with CSI, ghost-busting tapes saying, nah, nothing for you. You're not allowed it. This is England, ladies and gentlemen. We don't tolerate that shit here. There's plenty enough to go around for everyone. We've just forgotten that. So we've had the gyms being tested. Scotland Yard's had its pulse tested today. Thousands and thousands of people. I actually thought at one point they were going to go into Scotland Yard and give them a clear-cut message. This is what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Peaceful assembly, and you lean on your servants. Now, I don't care how many weapons the Metropolitan Police have got. I don't care how many whips, chains, dips, anal beads. My shows are not for children. They're not for children. I don't come on here and for the kid box, no, because I can't get live chat anyway, and I wouldn't want the kids. So no kids can watch my stuff. No kids, okay? Not unless they're sat with their parents and the parents go, put that in your ears, kids. I'm raw. I've always been raw. I've always been in the real world. I've always known what's going on. I've always had my finger on the pulse. I've always communicated with people. I'm very well known up and down the country, very well known and connected with a lot of people. Scotland Yard, your servants can have all this stuff, but one thing they don't have is the people of this country. Can I be a moderator? Yes. Is this your first time, Righteous One? I'll have to get to know you a little bit first to be Bear. Perhaps we'll have a private conversation. Maybe. I've always wanted to be a moderator. You have to tell me a bit about you. My moderators in here that I know individually, personally. They're great people. I've spoke to them many, many times. Noisy Tone, I know like a brother. I was with him a couple of weeks ago. They've just seen a post about a lady wanting baby milk and it's not essential. Deb Star, I reckon they want a war. I reckon they want the people of my country to start coming out with pitchforks. I'm 44 years old, single and unemployed. God bless you. What is that? Can you see that? Up above me. Can you see that? Like a little bubble coming. Can you see what I'm seeing? Can you see that? Man, that's amazing. What is that? Perhaps I'm off to heaven soon. You don't know. I wish I had a woman. Now look how that's. Can you see that? Wow. Look when I get passionate. Look when my spirit rises. Look at that. Wow. Can you see that? Can you see that? Oh my God. Man, that's amazing. You just see that with me, right? Woo! Did you just see that? Oh my God, that was absolutely mega. God is shining his light. Well, I'm trying my hardest to wake everybody up. I really am. Look, that was amazing. If you just see that, man, I'm going to play that back to myself later because that was just amazing. I felt I've got to put my hand in that and felt some energy. That was bizarre. I just see it appear. That was proper spiritual, wasn't it? Did you just see that? Amazing. You are right. They want us to fight. They do, but we're not gonna. What we need to do is just take over these places. We need to just go. Loads of people, Gary Clark, Nathan Kirkton, Dave Witcher, all these other great patriots, Noisy Tone, all of these patriots, we all come together, we all go in, we say, right, listen, lads and lasses with your uniforms on, you are part of us, you're our brothers and sisters, and we ain't having this no more. And you're going to stand down. Because if you don't, we're coming back. And we're going to kick you out of this place, and you ain't coming back in. Man, did you just... Oh, that took my breath away. Did you see that? That was... I just looked. I was really in the moment there, and I just looked up, and I see this thing come down, and it was... And when I put my hand up to it, I felt all tingly. Wow, that was amazing. Pitchfork was to show your worker, wasn't it? Or was it... See, Lauren Page. I've known Lauren for a long time. He's a moderator. I want to tell you something about people, right? Before I carry on about Lauren. Now, a few years ago, and he was in here a few months ago watching my streams, and his dog passed away on his lap. Broke my heart. I lost my dog 5 years ago. My Rottweiler went a couple of days after Christmas. I love that dog. I miss my dogs like you got no tomorrow. And Lauren offered me one of his dogs. He could see I was in pain. This is why he's one of my moderators, because he's a brother. And I'm not suggesting that you're not, you that's just come into my channel, that you're not. You probably are, but I need to get to know you. All my moderators are. I know them. I've spoke to them. I can vouch for them, and they're vouch for me, right? Yes, it was beautiful. Did you, mate? I'm telling you, that's given me goosebumps. All of a sudden, I was really in the spirit, in the moment, and passionately speaking out for my brothers and sisters around the world and around the country. And this thing, anyway, no more about that. That was just, it's gone now, isn't it? It's not come back. Can you see it? It's, mate, that, and it was so, I'm like, I'm thinking, can the people see what I can see? That was mega. No more wars between people. The establishment are our enemy. That the establishment is the enemy, not the police. They're wearing uniforms. They're paying mortgages. People, they would not be doing this if they didn't have to pay mortgages and pay bills. Did you know in Liverpool, 6 coppers from the Liverpool Constabulary, my friend went to an evening with the chief constables, and the chief constable sat there massaging his nipples, all bigger than that. My friend humbled him. He said, do you know 6 of your officers use the food bank? Because we donate to the food bank. We go around and they crush up all the old tin cans, and they take the tin cans down. Well, they probably aren't now. and they were taking them to scrap merchants. They were getting weighed out, and they would go and buy food, and they would take the food to the food bank. Just gorgeous, right? Yes, it was beautiful. Did you see that, didn't it, right? Man, that's took my breath away, let me tell you. That really took my breath away. So, give it time. If I keep seeing you, see Durfee, I know Durfee. We've spoke to Durf. Durf's another moderator. All my moderators I know, I've spoke to, and I know they're proper souls. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that you ain't, but we'll take it each day as it comes. No more wars between people. Yeah, no, some coppers are common purpose. They are. I do agree with that. Hello, Durfee. How are you, gorgeous? Your computer is on fire. Something like that. So, yeah, you can't get essential items now. All supermarkets have all fallen into line. Why does it all roll out this way? Because the government is telling them all, Aldi's, Lidl's, Tesco's, Asda's, all that, shut your shelves down, deem non-essential. So what do you deem that is essential and what's not essential? Something that's essential to me might not be essential to you. Yeah? What is an essential? I hate all these labels. That's essential. He's essential. They need school meals. They don't need school meals. I mean, it's so confusing. We've broken bread together, brother. We have. We have a good time as well when we go out and have a few beers, don't we, mate? So it is what it is, people, but they're really pushing us now. And today's scenes outside Scotland Yard were just mega. And I can see a time, if the police and the system don't relent with this Rona nonsense, there will be the most beautiful uprising that you've ever seen. Why? Because I've said for years that there's going to have to be something that happens in this country where people are physically shaped by their shoulders to wake them up. And this, what we're going into, is it. This is the big wake up call. Trust me, this is it. There is nobody in this country that by the time Christmas comes, this Christmas this year, that will not be awake in one shape or another. There's going to be no choice. You're not going to get your bits from your supermarkets. Your kids are not going to have clothes. You might not get the food you need. Electrical installations. We've had Liverpool this week in Toxteth. Power outages. People, this whole situation that's going on right now is one of crashing everything. They're crashing everything. For what? For whatever it is that's not really doing much to people. Don't get me wrong. I'm under no illusion that there are out there people dying and people getting lung conditions and on respirators. I'm not suggesting that. But this has been played out to be a pandemic, an epidemic, something that's got it's just so dirty and disgusting that we're all staying away from each other and we're not doing this, we're not doing that, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. But in reality, it's not the case. In reality, the case is that the hospitals are not busy, that the Nightingale hospitals are pretty much redundant and shut down. The doctors are failing in their duty to treat their people. The hospitals are failing in their duty to treat people with cancers, the kids with cancers, the people with cancers, the people with liver disease, this disease, that disease. They're not getting treated. And they're suffering. And they're at home probably taking their own lives as we speak. The National Health Service shouldn't be treated like a glass slipper. It's supposed to work. It's supposed to function. And it's supposed to be at its best when it has to work its hardest. A high-performance car works best when it's working flat out. So streamlined. Downforce, it's going. It ain't no good purtling around at 15 mile an hour. It comes off the track. The National Health Service saved the NHS. Stay at home, slave lives. No. Why? Because we don't treat it like an hourglass. It's there to serve a function. It's there for a reason. It's there to protect them. Look, we've been through all sorts of Ebola, this, that, H7N1 or whatever it was called. It never shut down then. It got on with it. If they want to wear masks in the hospitals, let them wear the masks. They wear them in surgery when they're operating on people, doing forced skin removals and all that stuff. They're using all that stuff. They got the mask on. They throw them in the bin. These masks are dirty, by the way. Some of the ones you're seeing left on the roadside and in bins, I mean, they make you want to puke. I've not worn one to date. Why? Because I love my lungs. I love fresh air. I get the relationship between me and fresh air. I need it to function properly. I need it for my lungs to work properly. The Orbeez coming back. Yeah, can you? It's because my energy's going up. That must be some weird thing going on with the camera and that runner. I only just sat down. I'm now worried to see what happened today up in London. I think it's kicked off a bit in London today, Sophie. I really do. Thanks for tuning in, Soph. Soph, have you subscribed? If not, why not? They want to divide, isolate, and destroy. We are not going to let them do that. We've got Daddy Dragon, Graham Moore, 23,000 subscribers now on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to him, get over there and subscribe to him. These people, these brave people like Graham, Jason Nota, Davey Russell, Noisy Tone, all the Durf, we're brave souls, ladies and gentlemen. We love our country. We love our people. We don't want to see anyone perish. Do we? Do we? No. Why are we allowing these politicians in Parliament to hide behind men with machine guns, rule our lives like this? Why they took it all from under your feet and they're sweeping it away? So many people this week are going to go to Asda, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Lidl's, Aldi's, and they're going to go. They're walking down. They're going to be walking down the middle of the Aldi section, going down that lovely little thing. They're like putting their hands in, grabbing some bits out, some batteries, some this, some that, a tin of paint, saying for the garden. It's not. It's shut down. Not essential. You're not allowed to do any painting now. It's not essential. Who deems it not essential? If you've got bare walls at home and you just plaster them, if you're lucky enough to get hold of plaster and you want to paint your walls, I guess that's essential to you. If you're living in a big palace and it's already painted out, it's not essential. What's going on? Please tell. I'm passionate, people. I just get so passionate about my country. You've got no tomorrow. If I was in charge of this country, nobody would suffer anything. I would make it my business and my people that work for me's business to make sure that you was protected, that your God-given rights were protected. Trust me, and if anyone ever crossed it, I might seem a pussycat, but trust me, at the rule of law, you murder, you pay with your own life. Stops all this tomorrow. It's like a cancer. Kid walking around with a carving knife. Picture of it on Facebook earlier. Trust me, if the death penalty was still out there, that wouldn't be happening. It would be happening. Tolerance. Our acceptance is our Achilles heel. It's the nemesis. We're so tolerant. We're so tolerant. The leftists are so tolerant. Yes, we love this, we love that. People are getting killed. They're getting carved up. Why? Oh, because we're so tolerant, darling. Come on. Get your fingers out your bottoms. People out in Wales protesting today. Can't get paint, but illegals can do what they want in Pengali. I've seen the BBC have just showed a limousine that was taking a load of illegal immigrants to their hotel. Personally, it was put out by the BBC, and I would suggest that the BBC love a bit of divide and conquer and rule. Whether it's true or not, I'm not too sure. Our apathy is our Achilles heel. We need to grow a pair. We need to come back to common sense. We need to come back to reality. Our public servants are not servants anymore, people. And they're now going for gold, as Cilla Black used to say. Going for gold, love. They're going for gold. They're going for broke. They want you all. They're trying to starve the kids. No free school meals for you. No, sirree. No. No school kids clothing at your supermarket. Shut them all up. And there was a guy yesterday, people are having a go at him because he's gone into the shop. He's so incensed by what he's seeing that they've taped all these things up. He's in there pulling it all apart and people are in there ridiculing him and saying, you shouldn't be doing that. They're trying to look up, what, does this virus get into clothing fibres? Does it only attack a certain part? And what part of this non-essential business has got anything to do with a virus? Nothing has got to do with the virus. Nothing. This is about you ain't having it. And I get back to the point I made a minute ago. Why put it on display? If I'm selling this phone and I put it on a display, you want to look at it and you might say, well, I might buy that. If I'm not selling it, I'll keep it indoors. You ain't seeing it. Why are they putting, is this temptation? Are they trying to bait you up through the supermarkets? Probably. They're probably trying to start a civil war through the supermarkets. Wouldn't that be a first in history? Eh? Not like Independence Day when in America it was all about one side killing each other. Oh no, this is a supermarket war. Where's Dale Winton when you need him? Maybe Dale Winton never died. Maybe Dale Winton's doing a supermarket sweep. Perhaps he's behind all this with his fake tan. Who knows? I don't know. But I know it's got to stop. And I know the only way it's going to stop is if you lot, with your friends and your families, say enough is enough. This ends when we say it ends. As people and as souls of this country, this is our inheritance. We have a right to be here. We have an absolute right to be here. We have a right to homes, a right to cars, a right to our children, not government. When we say it's enough, it will be enough. Get your strong souls in alignment. Get them out there. Make them go first. I'm more than happy to lead the way with many others to get my country back from these despotic, evil, wicked people. They're going after the kids. They're going after the elderly. We've got 20,000 more elderly died in care homes this year, ladies and gentlemen. 20,000 more. Dr. Vernon Coleman has highlighted this. Who cares? Nobody cares. They're all sat home having their dinner, watching their EastEnders. They couldn't care a crap. They will do when it's their turn. They will do when it's their turn to have the blue juice slammed in their veins. Their care then, and they'll go for their mind. Oh, I wish I'd done something about this and stopped this tyranny. It's a dichotomy. It's an irony. It really is. Charlie Hudson says, I don't wear a mask at either Soph 92. I'm 5'1". Bosh. 5'1", Charlie Hudson. Beautiful woman. I calls not on effect as two men took off their mask in Wickes after seeing me unmasked. Go on, Soph. What was you in there for, darling? Bit of 4x2 or a tape measure? Wickes is loving it. You're a bit of DIY, mate. I'm telling you. Woman after my own heart. Love me tools. Love me power tools. Next year, early part of next year, I'm going to be renovating my 1992 BMW convertible. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when that car goes back on the road, it is going to be the prettiest E36 this country's ever seen. I'm telling you, I've got real grand designs for this thing. It's up on jacks at the minute, so don't even think about nicking it because the tyres are off of it. And it's in the garage. But yeah, I love working with my hands. You ask all the girlfriends I've ever had, was Dave good with his hands? They're going to go, oh yeah, he was good with his hands. Let me tell you, the best part about his body is his hands. Look, they're all bent up now. But I love working with my hands. I love creative people. I'm creative. I love doing bathrooms and plastering and renovation work. I mean, I plastered all this. I love nice things. I'm creative. But the system 20 years ago did something to me and it turned me away from them. I turned my back on the system. I told them revenue. When I figure out how you got control over me, I'm going to make it rain on you. And people like me are making it rain on this system now. Because our truth is too loud. We're too loud. People are turning away from the BBC, the ITV, Channel 4. Can't be dealing with it. Don't want to know anymore. They don't listen to the news. They're turning away from it. They're all TikToking. They're all Instagramming. They're all doing all this other stuff. Fantastic. Long may that continue. Paulie Art, love it to see you, darling. Paint, pink paint. Pink paint. Beautiful. What's it for? A nice little room? You got a little boudoir going on? TMI, La La Land's in ears. Yeah. Oh, my hands are good. I've got good hands. My missus loved my hands. She says, oh, you need some. She said they're a bit rough. You know, when you catch the old stockings, I have to put some hand lotion on. It's quite nice. You're not in Liverpool, bro. No, exactly right, son. Free Speech Warriors laughing his backside off. Peeps, look, I'm satirical. I like coming in. I'm raw. I'm loud. I'm organic. I'm just as it is. People don't employ me to do jobs for them. For me to go around and take their cash and pocket and say, oh, by the way, there's the bits. Crack on. Let me know when you've finished. They expect me to get in there, have the floorboards up, move the pipes, put the shower tray, tile the enclosure, put the shower in, silicone it all round and say, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Enjoy it. Any problems, let me know. Everyone's happy. Same applies with the National Health Service. Why have we all got to look at it from a distance? Why? Are they on TikTok doing all these funny birdie dances and carrying corpses through with COVID-19 written all over them? It's weird. These people are off their fucking tits. They're off their tits. They're not right in the head. But if you question it, you get a visit from the doctor. The doctor, we're going to come around and have a mental assessment of you. You're talking outside the box. You're not supposed to be doing that. We only allow people now to talk how we want them to talk. It's disgusting. People have got to wake up. It's time to wake up. Tick tock, tick tock. The time, the clock's ticking. It's ticking. It's ticking. Today, they've masked off all your non-essentials, all your Tropicana, all your booby cream. So when you go abroad, you probably can't get none of that now in these shops. All your little writing pads and your birthday cards. The kids, they're not even going to get Halloween this year. They're not getting birthday cards either because the big bosses at these fascist organisations say no. Boycott them. Go somewhere else. Get your grub somewhere else. Go local. Just listen. And the people in my village, we're going to get a Sainsbury's soon. They're going to be building a Sainsbury's. I'm like, you get rid of that high street and you just have a Sainsbury's. Guess what? You've got a monopoly. If I was the owner of Sainsbury's that they're planning to produce and build in my village and everything else around it, all the spa shops, all the other stuff, they all disappear, I'm going to sit back and go, I might put my tomatoes up this week by a penny a punnet. My strawberries might go up at 10 pence a punnet. Why? Because I'm monopolising all over you. People are going, well, we only got Sainsbury's locally, everything else is gone. Maidstone Borough Council shut down the bakery in the village a few years ago. Why? Because the rates were too high. So the bakery had to go. What the council should have done was said, don't worry about paying council tax. You stay open and you service your local community, right? It's not art, it's not rocket science, is it? All this tax. It's got to stop. More annoying than we are paying NI for something that can't be used. I'll rest my case. Honestly, I'm going to just rest my case and leave it over there, ladies and gentlemen. It's so frustrating. But telling you, people are waking up. Scotland Yard today, OMG, the amount of people at Scotland Yard. Now, the last time Nathan Kirkton went to Scotland Yard, he got a broken arm. His hand's in a sling. He's got a broken hand. And when the copper said, I'm arresting you, what hand did he go for? Did he go for the hand that was all right, or did he go for the damaged one with all the tendon and nerve damage? Yes, he went for that one and caused Nathan a lot of pain. Why? Because he's a fascist. That copper's a fascist, and that copper loves inflicting pain. Ladies and gentlemen, they love putting the cuffs on. They love cutting your wrists. They love beating you up in the cells. They're evil. They're evil. Endure it and put up with it at your peril. You got the spirit orb. Mate, you should have seen it earlier. You should have seen that. You should have seen that earlier, mate. You ask people in here, mate, it was engulfing. It was something else. It was, and I'm going to have to watch it back when I finish this on my big screen indoors. I've been shopping at my local outdoor market. Can't get everything, but the service is great and they're still humans. Absolutely, Will Smith, beautiful. I see pink orbs. What, here? You're seeing that here, yeah? During lockdown, didn't care about the virus till the paperwork needed serving. We're just becoming a laughing stock, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, like I say, before I disappear, come Christmas this year, mate, people are going to have to be awake because you're going to be. It's becoming a begging bowl nation, isn't it? You can't come in without a mask on. You're not allowed non-essential items. What about the kids? Where's the kids going to go and get their clothes from? Can't buy clothes no more. Can't buy duvets. Can't buy toasters. Can't buy kettles. Can't buy microwaves from his face, non-essential. They've got them all out on display, but they're all sectioned off. They've all got these big plastic, whatever it is, they'll be doing rather than videoing and photographing it and whinging them, taking it out and throwing it in the bin and telling these people in these supermarkets, fuck off. That's what you should be doing. The toleration of the people in my country, I get it. We all love to get along. We all love to be happy. We all love just to be nice to one another, right? But sometimes that's to our detriment. We need to spice things up every now and again, people. We don't want a chicken korma. We want a madras. We want a vindaloo. We need a file, right? We need to start upping our expressions. We've allowed a group of people to monopolise over us. And now they're going for gold. Let me tell you, Auntie Mandy, there's still a spear of light where the orb was. Is there? It's probably to do with my camera lens. But that other thing a minute ago was just mental. I don't know what that was all about. Shame they didn't do the ones that were raping our kids up and down the country. Well, there you go. Paedophilia seems to be okay. They want to start teaching kids at school now at the age of 5 about masturbation. And I've said before, if you'd have said to me at 5 years of age, I've got a very good memory. You know, going back in the day, I can think about where I lived, my family around me, the time period I was in. I'd have been 1972. If anyone at my school, which I just probably joined at the age of 4 and after 5, had said, right, Davey, you all right? So, yeah, mister. We're going to talk about masturbation today. Would have blown my brains. I'd have come home and I don't think I'd have been all right. I'd have probably been really royally upset. There's still an innocence about childhood when I was a kid. Children were really when I was a child, generally. We were held as the future. You had to make sure you looked after the kids. My mum and dad went out of their way to make sure I was okay. If my son had come home from school, well, he did years ago with a religious book that I didn't want him to read, and I went round and told the school where exactly to stick that fucking book, right up their arse. I did, I told them. And they said, you can't talk to us like that. I said, shame, I just did. Get used to it. I don't want him learning that stuff. My family probably would have done the same for me. I've always been very outspoken. My children are now homeschooled. God bless you for that, Soph. God bless you for that. 182 pages per year about how to explain it. I joined the committee of SRE. People are sick. Did you see tampons for boys? Oh, really? Huh. Yes, we do. The elites are laughing their nuts off at us big time, but not for long. Today, I think there was a shift change today. The people that went to London today, God bless them. I'm probably going to try and ring Jason Noter in a little while anyway and make sure he got back to Leeds okay. Jason does a fantastic job through social media. By the way, I'm banned on Facebook for the moment for 90 days because they don't like the way that I speak. That's up to them. That was an amazing orb, so massive, never seen one so big, and another one appeared small as well. It was Chemical Liquor. Is this your first time to my channel, son? Consider subscribing. I thank you very much for it. Righteous One, keep going. We'll have a chat one day, Righteous One. I'll get your number or email, and we'll have a chat, and you can become an administrator, a moderator. Why not? That was a massive orb, so massive, never seen one so big. Oh, I've just read that. Tampons for boys. How do teachers do that? Yeah, thanks, mate. No, you're welcome, brother. Let me see. I can add you as a moderator, and I'm going to. But I can always undo that. All right. Just so you know. Righteous One is now a moderator. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, my favourite book in the whole wide world is the King James Version Bible. I read it. It is a Ford Haynes manual for how we're supposed to be in this world. And when I read Revelation, I can seriously see that we're living in revelatory time. Now, what that is to you, that is your own personal journey. But my heart is with my Lord Jesus Christ. I tell you, it always has been, always will be, because he's the only way to get to the other side. And what I see going in the world now is all prophetic. It is all written in the word that these are the time periods we're going to be going through. So whenever people tell me stories and they say, guess what's happened? I can believe it, because this is the time period that is written that we're all in right now, and we have to get through it. What's funny about it at Righteous, thanks, Dave, appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's all good. He's a moderator now. Righteous One is a moderator, and all will be good. Russell Birch, hello, brother. Schools are for educating. Now, look, let me tell you about my mate Russ. Last time I saw him was a few weeks ago. We had a big hug, few pints, lovely geezer, loving to pieces, like a brother to me. Now, he buried his dad a little while ago, and his dad was a retired policeman, yeah, and served in the fire brigade years and years ago. He got so many awards in the police. He unarmed a man at a shooter, and with no worry about his own life and service to others, he disarmed that guy. Lovely, lovely guy. Well, Colin sadly passed away around very suspicious circumstances, and I'm pretty sure Russell will agree with that. He ended up in a nursing home, a respite care place, a hospice, and within a few days he'd passed away, and he was told that he passed away in his sleep by a couple of nurses. They said, we tried to turn him over, he'd gone. Personally, I'm not too sure that to be the case, but we'll never know. When they'd arranged the funeral, and he said, I want to carry my dad in, they said, no. And they said, you're only allowed 30 people, because this virus is clever. It's got a tape measure. It can count. It's really, really clever. It's got a calendar. And he said, well, that's not enough. I need lots more. They said, well, we'll let you have 50. And he's thinking that these people doing his funeral services is out of the goodness of their own hearts. Oh, no. They said, but it'll be extra £250. Is that all right? He phoned me up. I said, is that all right? I'll leave off. Get them to put it in writing. Would they put it in writing? No. Anyway, he carried his dad in, give him a good send-off. And I spoke to his dad a few weeks prior. I had a chat on the phone with him. And an amazing guy. An absolutely amazing guy. And just a pleasure to talk to. And he knew that he wasn't well, but did he ever mention it once? No. He never mentioned to me what his ailments were. He just said, Dave, I watch you. He said, and you give me encouragement. He said, and you make me feel all right about myself. And he brought me to tears, in truth. And the world's a sadder place for him not being in it. That's for sure. I know that much. All right, Dave and Peeps, Neo Scotia. How are you, darling? So look, if this channel's here for enlightenment, this channel's here for real talk, real news. Hope you can handle it. Putting a one-way system in London, fines galore going on. It's disgusting, mate. We are just being shafted. This government is Mickey Mouse. We are living on a clown planet, ladies and gentlemen. We really are. Anyway, I'm going back indoors. I'm in the office right now. Whatever that was earlier, that was amazing. If anyone can send me that on a video, let me see if I can summon it. Come in, come back. Any? Come on, let's see that. No, it don't work like that, does it? So yeah, that was amazing. Did you see that earlier? That to me, it looked like from what I could see, it was like a swirling world. That was mental. That was mental. Putting a one-way system in, yeah, I know it's disgusting. Need to timestamp that up. Yes, please do. Did you see it, Neo Scotia? We did. Amazing. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm just sat here getting into the moment, and all of a sudden I'm just surrounded by this ball, and it was swirling, man. It was that was awesome. That was bizarre. Anyway, people, I love you. You'll have to go back to the beginning, Neo Scotia, about a quarter of an hour in, and you'll see it. It was mental. Everyone's going, my God, Dave, what is that? What is that? And it ain't been back since. So it's got nothing to do with what's going in, because I've not touched this screen. I've not moved the angle of the camera on nothing. But that was surreal. And I'm going to go and I'm going to watch that back, because that was amazing. Don't forget to like and share. Help Dave channel grow and get the message out there. Thank you, Durfee. I want to say this before I do disappear. My brother, Graham Moore, Daddy Dragon, I've known Graham for a long time. He got kicked off of Facebook about 2 years ago for being a little bit too voicey, like Boise. And And he disappeared. And I spoke to him a few times on the phone, thinking, well, where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? He'd come over to YouTube. He's been on here 2 years. He's now got 23,000 subscribers. Get over to Daddy Dragon. Go and listen to what he has to say. He's an amazing, amazing man. I love him dearly. He's a very good buddy of mine. So maybe this will grow that way. I don't care how this channel grows. I would rather have people that tune in to the vibration that I emit. I want people that are on the same frequency, the same understandings and the same understandings, because that's just what I want. Okay? He just hates common law, Nightle. Who's that? Daddy Dragon. Thing is, it's not, I mean, common laws, what is common law? I don't know. I think we live in a world where the law is contract, you know, understanding. Yeah, it's just contract. Your driver license, contract. Your DVLA logbook, contract. Your wedding certificate, marriage certificate, it's contract. Your birth certificate, it's contract. It's just all contracts, all swindles, but they don't give it a full verified facts, do they? And this is where their system falls down. It's got no honor, it's got no decency, it's got no compassion for sure. But we, as a people, I guarantee you, we win this. And you might feel like you're alone, ladies and gentlemen, but trust me, you are not on your own at any point in time. There's thousands and thousands of people just like you that feel exactly the same way as you right now. And all we need to do is bring them all together and go and get our country back. Take care. Love you all. Stay blessed.